Coming to you from Crunchyroll HQ, this is the Gachiakuta After Show.
Ooh, it feels good.
Where each week we're talking out the trash and breaking down the latest from the anime series, sharing our favorite moments, and so much more. I'm your host, Nick Friedman.
It's me, LeAlec Murray.
And I'm inside your garbage. Leah President. I'm waiting to jump scare you at the end of the street inside your little... What are they called? Like the receptacle at the end of the street? It's a bucket? A trash bucket?
Reset the timer for for Leah doing a trash bit in the first episode. Okay, the three of us. Are you ready? Let's enter the abyss together. Oh, you brought it up for that. You're like dark and gloomy. I'm evil. Together.
Sunshine and rainbow.
Let's recap. Gachiakuta, brand new anime series streaming on Crunchyroll. Mm-hmm. It is based on the manga by Kei Urana and the graffiti artist Hideyoshi Andou.
Which I already have some things I want to point out, but I will hold my tongue.
They are the creators of this series, the two of them. The series is animated by Bones Film, which is kind of the new team at Studio Bones, who you know from a ton of classic anime. And the Gachiakuta manga it's serialized, it's ongoing in Kodansha's weekly shonen magazine in Japan since February 2022. And Kodansha publishes the English version.
Yeah, and you can read it on K-Manga.
Dude, it must be so cool to like have your manga adapted within its first 3 years of publication.
Crazy.
And we're going to talk about it here after the recap, but it's pretty obvious why it was adapted.
Yeah.
And now it's time to recap episode 1 of Gachiakuta. Okay, so this show's shorter than our main show, so we're gonna get through this together. We want this to be so complimentary to your watching, but. Let's go over what we saw in episode 1. So we get to see the world of Gachiakuta in these sort of little slivers at first, right? We get these sort of pristine palace-like world of the elite. And then next to it is sort of the world of the tribesmen, right? They're divided by a wall.
They all got them tin roofs.
Yep.
I bet it's loud AF when it rains. And smelly.
I would probably be able to sleep pretty well in like the rain hitting a tin roof sound.
Yeah.
Little white noise.
Yeah. But it was so interesting because like I went into the show not knowing anything. And so
because you haven't been reading it.
Right, exactly. And so immediately getting the like, okay, so the elite are they're pristine, they're proper, everything's like white and gold and beige and like unsullied in any way. And then the tribesmen are sort of, you can tell there's sort of a class disparity there between the two. It also establishes very early on that people just throw away stuff.
Doesn't matter.
Like from the pristine society, they just do it. They're just like, I use this once, trash, right? Like,
they don't value anything.
Exactly.
They don't have any goodwills in the in that society.
Yeah, there's no resale shops. It's just... Don't need it? Trash, right? There's a privilege to that. We immediately meet Rudo, who is our main character here. He is kind of a fixer. He likes to dig through the trash, find stuff that's perfectly good that gets thrown away, and fix it. And he is not just ostracized by the pristine society, the elites for this, but also... his fellow tribesmen.
Yeah, the tribesmen dig on him hard.
Yeah.
For being a dumpster diver.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's basically considered a sin to do this. And you start to really understand the landscape of this series and the dynamics between the two people through Rudo, who is trying to sort of like cross the veil to like sneak around and get the trash, fix it up, and then repurpose it.
We love a tinkerer.
We also, and this is a bummer warning, guys, Rudo watches his adoptive father perish.
In very gruesome detail.
It is gruesome. And it is the first really gruesome moment of the series. I think that we see he's stabbed by a masked figure. And he's blamed for it. And earlier in this episode, we learn that Rudo's actual father was thrown into the pit for murder.
Yep.
That's right? He's thrown into the pit for murder.
Yeah, because
into the pit.
They allude at the beginning of the series that like he's the kids that are teasing him, the tribesmen kids, are like, "Oh, you're gonna be a murderer."
You're gonna be a murderer too. And then society places this upon him. He's blamed for the murder. He is sent to the pit.
He goes to Shibalba. Do you remember? in Road del Dorado.
That is such a pull. I love that movie. I love Road del
Great
Dorado.
movie.
And man, when he is sent to the pit, right before he's like dropped into the pit, he sees the actual murderer.
Yep.
And then you get this like hardcore like needle drop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know like if that's the score, the soundtrack, but like you get this like rock, like scary, like thing as he's plummeting.
It's cool, like
it's
the
really
overlap
cool.
with the animation
Yeah.
and watching him like get enveloped
And
by
it, like,
darkness.
it
Basically,
closes in
I
on
love
him.
the way that they animated this because because even in the manga, like it looks just as hardcore. And this was like, if you were gonna show off how beautifully animated this is, that was the scene to do it.
Yeah, that's the scene I would
Oh,
pick in
yeah.
the
it was
first.
so good. And then he lands into the pit. He sees his first giant trash beast, which look, I have a feeling as kaiju fans, we're going to be talking about
Yeah.
the monsters in this show for a while, but man, they are scary.
It looks like Diablo.
Yeah, like it uses
Gave me Monster Hunter vibes real bad.
and it uses what like appears to be CG in like a really uncanny way that I actually think works super well.
It's more fluid. It has
and
a lot
the
of motion.
scale. The
Yeah.
scale is really.
And that's it. That's the end.
Mm-hmm.
We see that first glimpse of the uncanny trash beast. Cut. That's episode 1.
Man.
This is gonna be a fun show.
Man.
Okay, we recapped it. Now it's time for our dumpster dive. Every episode, we're going to talk about a couple of things that we want to take away from this episode, things that may be established, metaphors, subtext, things that we want to take with us as we keep trudging forward and through all the
trash heaps.
trash bit. Another trash joke is what I was doing. What did y'all take away from this episode? What do y'all got?
So obviously, Nick, like you were saying, this show is rife with metaphors already. And I think, just the comparison between like this pristine society and these people who are just like living among trash. I think like the trash metaphor is just very, very loud here of like just in society in general. I feel like trash and how we treat it in this world is like very much a sensitive topic. Like,
for sure.
Like how much trash we have, how we dispose of it, and like what it does to the planet. So I think like these people are essentially also treated like trash. Like they're literally like hidden from society, pushed away somewhere else so that they don't have to be looked at or thought about.
They're considered the same way that the pristine or the elites are considering literal trash, right?
Yeah.
It's like out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yeah, so I'm excited to see how the show like continues to sort of make these sort of like almost like anthropological observations.
It's
about,
very well done.
Yeah, about society and the people that we choose to write off or push aside.
Yeah, I think the other big one for me in this episode was getting introduced to Rudo, who to many people who might see him for the first time, he appears scary, right? Like he talks about like being seen as a monster, but what do we see him do in this first episode? Repair a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Like there is
Softy.
clearly, like a level of innocence and childlike wonder that still exists in
His
Rudo.
friend Turner
because he
got him
like
so quick.
because he's in. I think this is why this is so important because like he gets outcast essentially like from his own tribesmen for being like a dumpster diver, but he's doing it because he like still sees the value in things.
Yes.
And there's
And
an
no one
innocence-
understands
right,
that.
and nobody understands that. And there's an innate innocence in like, oh, I'm going to like, because when you first kind of meet him on the street when he gets back home, like he has this lineup of stuffed animals that he's like fixed and stitched back together. And then when you go back to his house, you see all this stuff that he's like repaired and stitched back, and there's like this innocence of like, hey, they're not going to use it, I'm going to use it because it's perfectly good. And this girl that I like, I think she'll like this. And
also
put
children
it
in
back
general
together.
have that like childlike wonder still, and they're willing to give the benefit of the doubt despite what society may be.
And then the immediate death of the innocence.
Well,
The layers.
Like it literally like not even 5 minutes later. Like
she turns his back on him.
Conformity
and he gets
immediately.
and he gets dropped.
And he gets thrown into the pit.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to go into the pit for the next segment. Every week, we're also going to give you a pit pull. That's right. We're going to reach into the pit. We're going to pull something out. Could be a favorite moment, a line, a reveal from this episode. I think
It's like a gachapon.
I think this a Gachiakuta.
Oh,
What?
I think we all picked quotes for this week,
we did.
Which was kind of fun. But to kick things off, this happens really, really early on in the episode, but I just kept thinking about this line the whole time, which was that wealthy people throw away a lot of useful things.
True.
And
trash people.
yeah,
Literally, people.
ideas.
Ideas.
And you can start to see in the world building of the show how this kind of like overly pure society has been formed, and the implications later on, and the zealousy, zealotry. The zealotry. Zealousy rhymes with jealousy. Hey, zealousy. The
You just had to sing.
Yeah, I just had to keep going. The zealotry of this group that we at this point know very little about, but clearly there's some level of like larger conspiracy going on.
Yeah, of course.
So, Leah, how about you?
Yeah, I chose Regto's dying words, which was "run!" exclamation point. Change this heap of a world, which I think will be the driving force for our character going on. I mean, like that is the sort of thing that his adoptive father left him with. This sort of like sense of purpose, not really vengeance, but anger, like righteous anger.
There's like a wanting to Rudo, even if he was younger when his father had died. Like he knows it.
And I think this kind of goes back to, like you were saying, that, I think his dad saw the fact that he had this unique way of looking at the world because he wanted to fix things. Like that was his thing. So I think this ties back to that. He's like, you can change it. Like you've always had the power to change it. Now do it.
Yeah. And that inspiring hope that there can be change, because it seems like everyone in that situation just so mired into what their situation is and their place in the world, and they're fighting so hard to get out of it rather than like look around them and enhance their surroundings where they're at.
Totally agree. Lee, how about you?
The line that stuck out to me was towards the end when he gets dropped into the pit. And all those people are like shouting, like, drop him. And, girl turns his back. And,
mob mentality.
Yeah.
The like suspense is like, ugh.
And he just has this dead stare with those red eyes that he has. And he says, "You're the real filth here."
Looking
and
at
then
it,
looking into the
As
crowd.
he's looking at this mob saying like to drop him, and nobody's hearing him out, and they're just like, drop him. And he's like, and that's why, going back to the death of the innocents, like he immediately realizes that like, I'm on my own. And then as soon as he says that line, and there's 2 more sentences after that, but as soon as he says that, they drop him.
God, this is gonna be a ride, y'all.
You have to get chopped and cooked before you can serve and eat.
And on that note,
That is not my original line.
that brings us to the end of our very first Gachiakuta after show, y'all. I told y'all it was gonna be quick, but
quick hits.
it's Gachiakuta.
Yeah, tell us what you guys thought about the first episode of Gachiakuta. Really want to engage with you guys on this one.
Yeah, let us know in the comments on Spotify. You can also, it's early, but you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. And I don't know, I mean, maybe we'll have time for questions in the future, so make sure you send your questions and comments to the Gachiakuta After Show through the question link at got.cr/anime effect questions. That's got.cr/anime effect questions. And if you're finding out about us through the Gachiakuta After Show, we host a podcast called The Anime Effect for Crunchyroll every week. And we talk about lots of stuff. We have great guests, and we sing and yap and dress up like mailmen and
professional yappers over here.
You should check it out.
I do want to set a practice of no spoilers in the comments. If you are ahead,
please.
You are ahead of, if you're a manga reader, if you're reading the serialization, like, do not spoil in the comments, or at least big up warning, like. Beforehand, because we're going to be talking about episode to episode. We are not going to be talking about future content. It is going to be isolated. So we're assuming that if you're listening to this, you are ready for spoilers of that episode. But please, like, we will not spoil anything in the future. We ask you to do the same.
Be a part of this secret spoilerless group with us, guys. Lee, you ready to take us out?
I think so. Hell yeah. Thanks for joining us, brother. Thank you for joining us for the very first episode of the Gachiakuta After Show, brought to you by Crunchyroll and the folks over at Sony Music Entertainment. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
The Gachiakuta After Show is hosted by me, Nick Friedman, LeAlec Murray, and Leah President. We're executive produced by Jonathan Hirsch, Joanna Clay, and me. Thank you to our lead producer, Kyla Carnero, our producer, Carla Solorzano, and our associate producer, Zoe Colkin. Open Ended Films edited and mixed this episode's audio. Our head of production is Sammy Allison. Special thanks to Tamika Balance-Kalasny and, of course, the amazing creators of Gachiakuta, Kei Urana and Hideyoshi Andou. Thank you for making this amazing series.
Hell yeah.
We can't wait to chat more about it.
Yeah, and we'll be back next week with even more for episode 2. We'll see you then.
And
there's nothing you can do about
it. That's right.
We are in the trash pit now.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Hell yeah.
Be the trash you want to see.
Don't be
a trash human.
Don't be Oscar the Grouch.